Welcome, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Something's Brewing's Latte Art Throwdown 2021, a one-of-a-kind online contest for everybody and everyone to showcase their latte art skills. This is Shubham, your host for the day. Something's Brewing is a homebrewers coffee community, inspiring people everywhere to brew the perfect cup by enabling access to the widest variety of coffee and coffee gear. I hope everyone's safe, wearing their masks and trying to socially distance. At the onset, I would also like to thank all our professional baristas here for still going into the cafes and serving all of us and helping keep us alive. And good time to segue into home brewing and keep everybody safe. Uh, so I welcome all the participants and judges, our audience attending the finale. We are streaming this live on Facebook and hosting this on Zoom. So let's move forward. Before we proceed ahead, let us congratulate our top 26 finalists, which are a combination of homebrewers and professional baristas. We've had over 100 registrations, and it's been absolutely phenomenal to have seen all of you brew your latte art and have a look at your cups of coffee. So because of this, we split it into two series that we will have back to back. The home barista series, which is the amateur level, would have 10 baristas participating for the top 5 spots. And then there would be the remaining who win the Kapi milk pitcher and the third wave coffee. The professional series has 16 finalists participating and again would have 5 top spots, and the rest would win the Kapi milk pitcher and third wave coffee. Now for our jury, each of them are accomplished in their own field and have been linked to coffee for a while now. I would like each of them to introduce themselves first, and then we can move ahead with the program, the sponsors, and the flow. I would like to start with Anish Bhasin. Anish, could you please tell us a few words about yourself? Vivek, I think we would need to unmute Anish.
Yes, I tried it.
Yeah, perfect. Hi, good morning, everyone. Congrats to all the finalists. Looking forward. My name is Anish. I run a brand called Swami, and I've been a coffee enthusiast since quite a while now. I think 7, 8 years now, and I personally suck at latte art. I'm terrible at it. 1 out of 20 attempts will make a passable Rosetta, so I'm excited about today.
Vivek, it would be great if you can give me access to unmute myself. Otherwise, it'll take forever. Thank you. Thanks, Anish. Thanks for that. I would like to say the first time I met you was behind a popular cafe in Bombay, and you were brewing crazy latte arts for yourself in the cafe. So you're just being humble. Great to have you here. Thank you very much. Now, can we have David Bello? David, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi guys, I am a retired mixology bartender for over a decade. Did my training in London and retrained as a pastry chef and bread baker before becoming India's first bean to bar chocolate maker and the founder of Naviluna Artisan Chocolate.
Thank you, David. Pleasure to have you here. Finally, the one and only Jakrut Shah. Jakrut, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I work for a brand called Coffee by Dibella. I had the coffee training. I'm an ex-Indian Aeropress champion for 2018, and I've trained the 2019 Aeropress champion. And we've represented India twice at the World Championships.
Thank you, Jakrut. We'll be speaking to each one of you as we go ahead. We all want to know a little bit more about your stories and your journey. So be ready for a rapid fire in between some beautiful latte art. Right on the onset, so latte art throwdown would be judged by our 3 judges on various parameters like foam quality, position of the art in the cup, complexity, and overall appeal. And we have an extremely competent team on the back end who has been working like clockwork. So they would also be collating the scores in real time and trying to get us the winners at the end as soon as possible. It's been a great journey in the last month. So as you know, our sponsors include Swami Tonic, Naviluna Chocolates, Third Wave Coffee, and obviously it's presented to you by Something's Brewing, somethingsbrewing.in. So now, before we move forward, the final format is that at the end of each video, the judges would score them basis the parameters discussed. They have a sheet with them, an online sheet, and Judges, please let me know if you would like to extend the time at the end of each video a little longer. We do have given a little bit of time. After each video, please feel free to unmute yourselves and share your thoughts. And you don't, it's not compulsory, but it would be nice if you could share some light on the latte art that you see. Let us wait no further. We're going to begin with the amateur series. It's been amazing having such large number of homebrewers to participate. Vivek, can we please have Preet Kaur's video up here? So feel free to speak if you want to. And is this enough time to score? Can we move on to the next participant? Great. Vivek, can I request you to just keep the judges unmuted? They seem to be in a very, very quiet, peaceful position. So it'll be great to have them unmuted.
Hi, just a question. I hope everyone has they can unmute themselves on their own. I think that's feature is enabled for them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Preet. That was beautiful. Can we please move on to Dr. Gautam? Can we please have Gautam's video playing? Great, thank you. Next up, we have Lara Murakia. You know, it's beautiful to see how challenging we make it for ourselves. So it's harder to make better latte art in smaller cups and narrower cups, and to have more home baristas, as we'll see forward, take this challenge up is pretty phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. Can we please have Angira Kanwar next up? Thank you. So before we move forward, we've all had a lot of questions for our three judges. And if any of the participants also want to ask a question, please feel free to type it in the chat box. We'll unmute you and you can go ahead and you can ask your question. Jaiprut, let's start with you. You currently had training for one of the largest chains in India, as you said, and your journey in coffee is inspirational. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey and what keeps you going? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We shall unmute you. Vivek, can you please unmute Jackruth? Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, I started off as a 25-year-old in a company and I was really, really scared. Didn't know what I was doing. Even for the AeroPress, when I came to Bangalore, I didn't expect to even last around. And then it just kept happening. Everything kept working for me. I got my confidence with it. Now I'm the one giving confidence to others. So everything just seemed to work for me. Like I keep working on my latte art. I keep working on my coffees. I try new stuff. You never settle down on what are comfortable with.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jackruth. We all are inspired by you and how humble you are. Thank you. Right. So next up, we have a very popular home barista, Vansh Anand. Thank you. Can we please have Mehul? Mehul, let's just play the video first, and we can talk about Mehul a little bit. So Mehul runs one of India's largest coffee communities, most engaged coffee communities called India CBC, India Coffee Growers Club. It runs on Discord. It's an open group. Reach out to us. We'd share the link with you. It's a great community to be a part of. Thank you for that, Mehul. Also, a lot of these baristas, including Mehul, are using really great home machines, right? So to actually have such great latte art with a home machine, which may not simultaneously steam your milk, get your espresso out, is phenomenal, right? Can we please have Shobit Agarwal next? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great point, Anish. Why not have all the participants mention what machines you're using in the comments and we get to know that as well. That was beautiful. So that reminded me of the chai we used to have in our teacups, and to see such a nice heart in a teacup was unique. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, do drop in what machines you're using. David, we had a question for you as well. So you said you've been a mixologist and a baker in the UK. Now you make artisanal chocolate that pairs very well with coffee in India. Could you tell us about how similar or different coffee culture, especially for home brewers, is in the UK versus India? Yeah.
I think coffee culture in India is, the home brewing culture is much bigger in India than in the UK. The UK is definitely much more espresso bar centric. Baristas are becoming rock stars and superstars in their own right. And people tend to even choose where to rent an apartment based on, their third wave cafe of choice. Especially because like London is a busy place. People don't have the time to really get into coffee. So baristas have become a bit of a way shower into the world of coffee, where be it, different types of brewing methods or different fermentation methods, whatever. Whereas in India, it's a much more DIY approach. I was actually just speaking to Shannon D'Souza from Casey Roasters this week, and he was talking about how Casey is really pushing on the homebrewing front. So it's interesting, and I think India, obviously, you have a culture of jugaad. It is about taking, the power into your own home and doing things your way. So it's kind of natural that homebrewing has taken off in India, and I think it's really positive.
Thank you for that, David. Next up, we have Vama Shah. That is very unique, almost like a butterfly. If anybody thinks otherwise, please let me know. Or if you want to talk about what inspired you, feel free. Okay, so the second last participant on the home amateur series, we have Akhil Nanda. Akhil, can we have your video? So we noticed the last two participants actually didn't use a milk pitcher with a spout, and that makes it even harder to actually show detail in your latte art. And in spite of that, they did it. So it's pretty phenomenal how passion, where passion can take you, right? You, as David said, with Jugaad, we do absolutely anything, and we go ahead, and we almost win or win. Thank you. Shatrupa Hairya, that's the next person. So we're done with the 10 homebrewers, and the quality of this art has been phenomenal. I would like to say thank you to all. It's not easy, trust me. I was once told by a very popular judge at the Indian Barista Championship that my latte art looks like when you add Nirma powder, washing powder, into water and you mix it up, and that's how my latte art looked like. So it's phenomenal to have the 10 of you show your skills here. I would like to now segue into the professional series, and obviously glad to have all of you here watching directly logged into Zoom or through our Facebook page. And thanks Swami, Naviluna, Third Wave, obviously, and Something's Brewing. So first up in the professional series, we have Neeraj Sharma. Thank you for that. That looked like, I think, what is a swan, and yeah, very challenging, obviously. Do we can continue if anybody has something they'd like to share, they can mention in chat box, or if judges want to say something. If not, we move on to the next professional barista. Some of our professional baristas haven't been able to join because they're working, they're on shift. So obviously, really appreciate their hard work. Let's move on to the next professional barista, Santosh B. Thank you. So before we move forward, we have a question for you, Anish. Anish, we spoke about how you started, how we met when you were at the back of a cafe brewing latte arts, and at that time you had your tonic company, and previously you had a venture that was into coffee. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey, what inspired you, and what you feel about the entire coffee brewing culture in India?
So I think for me, everything in my life before Swami, it was a company called Hipcask that created a lot of content in the alcohol space, and we had an app and stuff. For me, I think coffee has been the segue into beverages as a whole. Going back, trying out, that Cafe Coffee Day coffee, Dark Forest, buying that for the first time, not knowing they're ground beans that won't dissolve in water and milk. So I've done that. I'm coming from that time. So I think for me, coffee has been a very big part of my journey to get me hooked into beverages, and from there, it's been a stepping stone from writing and critiquing alcohol to eventually starting a brand and building that. So it's been interesting. Uh, at Swami, before we launched our range of tonics, we actually launched Nitro Coffee first. Knowing that we don't think we'll do that for much longer, but because we had time and we were waiting for the tonics to launch, we did that as a fun thing to begin with. But uh, I think black nitro coffee is quite niche, but it's just great to see how many people are brewing pour overs and stuff at home these days.
Absolutely. Well said. Black Nitro coffee is still niche and it's picking up. And now, thanks to a brand like Drink Brewed, it's actually easier to have it on the counter. You don't need your cylinders on the side. So it's super, the entry barrier has reduced. It's super easy to have Nitro coffee in cafes now. And I think it will pick up. We have a few big brands doing it as well. But obviously, you moved in much before the.
I know it might not be cool to say Starbucks on this call, but Starbucks is
Not
nitro
at all.
pretty all right.
Yeah, so this is all about inclusivity and coffee as a community, right? So speak about all the brands you like, and we learn from them, we emulate, and we get there, if not beat them at some point.
Yeah.
But we grow together.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. So next up, we have Shashi Kumar. Was actually very cool. It was a rabbit, I believe. You give me a pen and paper, I can't draw a rabbit. It's pretty phenomenal to see professional baristas have such great latte art when their job doesn't require it, right? You go to a Starbucks, they'll put whipped cream on top. You go to another cafe, they'll put chocolate powder on top. So it's the passion is everywhere, and it's home baristas and professional baristas and them learning from each other. So next time when you go to your favorite cafe, why don't you go at the back, ask the barista there if he or she can teach you something new, and vice versa on the manual brewing front. But thank you so much. That was beautiful. Next up, we have Manali. Thank you. I all feel very caffeinated already, looking at all these beautiful cups of coffee. Uh, Next up, we have Sagar Sheth. So as we move forward, towards the end, we have an in-house couple of people on our in-house team as well who would walk you through a little bit about how to do better latte art, how to brew better latte art. So it'll be great for all our home brewers to actually stay back and maybe ask a few questions as well. Uh, Next up, we have Ashley Tangraj. Sorry. So back to Jakrut now. We have a question for you. Jakrut, how did it feel to represent India in Sydney at the World Aeropress Championships?
I think I was really scared. I kept eating Oreos during the competition. But it was a great feeling. Like it kicked in when I went on stage actually, and it was just really scary at time. But then once you get in the hang of it, it's pretty easy now. So
Awesome.
and yeah, and you get to meet some really cool people. Work with them, just figure out a few recipes, some new experiments, and it seems to work really well then.
That's lovely. I remember when last year, or was it last year, we met at the Bombay Aeropress Championship. You had so many insights to share with all of us over there, right? And what you learned
Yeah.
over there from all the participants around the world. So it's great to actually have people represent India and come back and actually share that knowledge freely and openly. And that's what we're trying to do at Something Brewing as well. And that's why it's great to be collaborating with people like all of you here and the judges and the participants. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have Teja Chintu. Right. Can we please have Paresh Anant Matre's video play now? Yeah, I think us millennials out there will definitely think of this as a flying type legendary Pokemon. That was beautiful to see. Can we please have Pratish More's video now? Right. So, David, we wanted to ask you something. What is your favorite coffee recipe that includes chocolate or
Oh,
actually alcohol? Sorry.
alcohol. I mean, obviously, espresso martini is a classic. Although the last couple of years, cold brew Negronis are definitely one of my favorite things. And if I can find a coffee amaro, I'm game every time. It's a drink that happens and goes well before the meal as well as after the meal. It's a breakfast drink, it's a dinner drink, it's an after dinner drink, it's a hangover drink. So I mean, it's just 24 hours a day is a good time for a cold brew Negroni. So yeah, definitely a fave. But the classic is an espresso martini with reposado tequila and grated nutmeg on the top. It's definitely a classic.
Lovely. Any tips on how you get the espresso perfect for an espresso martini specifically, or the cold brew for your cold brew Negroni? Because it can vary a lot, right, recipe wise?
Definitely. I think if you're talking about Asian coffee, which naturally has high acidity because of the nitrogen-rich soil, or an Ethiopian, which is similar, you definitely want a medium roast. You don't want your sort of South Korean style, very, very sour, acidic espresso. That doesn't really work in an espresso martini. So a good medium body. You can, if you're working with aged spirits like dark rums, whiskeys, and aged tequilas, you can go slightly darker to the roast. I personally don't like heavy, heavy roast. I like to see some of those lighter, more nuanced cherry flavors coming through. When it comes to the Negroni, though, you can definitely go darker because the Negroni needs to be bitter. Even things like your Brazilian style dark roast or your Venetian style does actually work quite well in a cold brew because of lower temperature, and also it needs to stand up against the Campari, which has a lot of bitter notes because of the botanicals.
Right. So broadly, if your spirit or additive is slightly heavier and can bear the heavier notes of coffee, you go with a darker roast. And if it can't mask, if it basically gets overpowered, you go for a medium roast. That's basically the thumb rule.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Can we please have Faiz Ali's video play now? You know, if you take the pour away between the home barista and the professional baristas, the level of the foam quality, the visual quality, the clarity, all of it like is at par, and you can't tell a difference. So it's I think it's all about just the same home baristas just going the next step and moving the hands in a different shape, and you'd maybe definitely have it better than most of the professional baristas. But lovely, that was lovely to see. Can we please have Shivam Rao now? Thank you. We have Ankur Kharwa next. Right, Anish, back to you. Do you have a favorite coffee tonic recipe? And if yes, please spill the beans and tell us how you make it.
I'm actually making quite a few today. I have a workshop on Zoom. Uh, I think so. I'm more in a light to light medium roast phase in my life right now for coffee. So I think that with our light tonic or with our grapefruit tonic for me is the current thing. And again, with the light and medium roast, I'm more in a fruity phase, so the grapefruit tonic works well. That would be my sort of a recipe. But what I would suggest is that you play around with your ratios of the cold brew is to tonic. Doesn't necessarily have to be 30 or 60 ml, could be 100 ml of cold brew depending on its intensity, and accordingly you add a splash of tonic. I'm not that big into espresso tonics. Just to give you context, 6 years back I was having Nespresso with Schweppes thinking that was the coolest thing ever. So of course things have changed since then. But the idea is over the next 2 months really experiment with espresso and tonic, and again just see how you can use different roasts, different ratios, extractions with the tonics, and do a little more comprehensive sort of a research.
Right. I think a lot of our home brewers would be able to help you with that. I see a lot of them have actually spent a lot of time making espresso tonics at home the last year and a half especially. But thank you for that. Great. So can we please have Kavya's video play now? Next up, we have Prithvi Chauhan. Before we move forward, Jakrut, what is your all-time favorite coffee beverage? Actually, give us two, one with milk and one without milk.
Without milk, it's AeroPress. And with milk, I usually go for a flat white.
Awesome. Thank you. Any specific, if it wasn't an AeroPress, what would your favorite all-time black coffee recipe be? Because we all knew you would say AeroPress since you make it so well.
Definitely a pour over.
A pour over? Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. And what kind of beans are you having these days? Is it like a light, medium, dark, medium light?
A light roast, generally on a sweeter finish.
Awesome. It's a little difficult to find lighter roast for the sweeter finish because it kind of tends to become acidic and slightly sour. But great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Can we please have Mahesh Katre's video play now? Thank you. So in the last almost a year now, we've been trying to curate the best coffee experience on the internet from an equipment and coffee standpoint. So if you feel there is a certain coffee bean or coffee you want that we don't have, please reach out to us, tell us, we'll collaborate with the roasters, we'll get it out there for you, and would be glad to bring a better experience for you. Finally, we have one more participant. We have Naitik Chaudhary. Okay, so that was all the participants, and I hope the judges have given their scores, and now our team on the back end is tallying the scores. Before we move to the judges and the participants, we have our barista trainer from Delhi, Ramandeep Singh, who wanted to share with you his latte art because he couldn't compete. But can we please have Ramandeep's video play now?
Hi everyone, myself Ramandeep from Something Brewing. Today we learn about how to make perfect latte. So let's start.
Here it is. Take about around 17 to 80 grams of grounded coffee.
Thank you so much for that, Raman. If any of you want to learn how to make latte art, please hit us up. We'd be glad to help you out in whatever way possible. Can I please have Rasika now, who is our head of training and development? She wanted to share with you a few tips and tricks on how you could improve your latte art. So the next time you guys can be even better.
Hi, everyone. Firstly, am I audible?
Yes, Rasika, you're audible.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Rasika from Something's Brewing. Firstly, hope everyone is doing well and staying safe at home. I want to acknowledge that it's so wonderful to see so many coffee enthusiasts coming together, regardless of if they are a professional barista or if they are a home barista, sending in their entry and making this a successful event for everyone. So kudos to you on that. From my experience, I just wanted to share a few things regarding making a good latte art at home or maybe in your cafe. Some maybe you've heard of before, some maybe not. One of the first things to understand before approaching a good latte art is to ace your milk steaming. Stretching your milk to the right consistency is one of the most overlooked aspects when it comes to making a latte art. And this tip is definitely in spirit of, our jugaad that I used to follow when I used to work on the cafe level, because it took me so much time to ace my latte art. I felt so guilty to waste so much milk. So one of the tricks that I learned from a barista who used to work there is taking a cup of chilled water and adding just a drop of dishwashing liquid to it, and first learning how to, accurately use the steam wand, what pressure it should be at, and acing how, if the milk, if the steam and the water is working in harmony to, adding in those micro bubbles. So that is something you could definitely try. We will be dropping a video very soon in order to make it happen for you. Next, from what we noticed in so many entries is that a lot of people don't use the right amount of milk when they're steaming it. So it's always important to just start small. So for example, if you take like a cup, cafe cup for which is around 250 ml. Don't take 250 ml of milk, take around 100 and then start steaming, because due to the steam, the milk tends to increase in volume. So 100 to 120 ml of milk before steaming is good enough to make you a great cup of latte. Another one, and the most important one that people tend to miss out on, and it's the most basic one, is to always use chilled milk. This way the milk heats up at a more gradual pace, allowing it, the microfoam to really incorporate throughout. And that's what tends to give you that creamy and glossy shine that you're really aiming for your lattes. Another one would be to just practice. As I said, it might take 2 days for someone. And if you're someone like me, it might even take you 2 months. So the aim is to be, is to just get better at brewing your coffee on a daily basis. So don't get disheartened if you don't ace it in the first go itself. I also really want to know what sort of techniques are the home brewers following, or the professional baristas following on a day-to-day basis to make their routine a little more specific every day. do drop it in the chat box for us to know. And again, wishing everyone, whoever has participated, whoever has sent in their entries, congratulations. I really hope to see you at the next event. This is me signing off. If there are any questions at all for me, you can always drop it in the chat box below, or if someone is viewing it on Facebook, we have moderators working over there as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shubham. Great job.
Thanks, Rasika. You had to say it here, didn't you? And if anybody wants to share anything about their process, right, or learn a little more, you can even drop an email at hello@somethingsbrewing.in, and we will definitely get back to you with some help. That was great. Thank you so much, Rasika. Thank you so much, Ramandeep. It's been great to have all our participants and judges here. I'm going to announce the winners now. We have our team that has shared the winners with us. So before I share the winners, let me just brief you on how the prizes work once again. So on the professional series and the home series, we'll have a top 2 on each series. They will win a case of assorted tonic by Swami. They'll win a bar of chocolate from Navi Luna, a bag of coffee from Third Wave, and a Fellow Eddie milk steaming pitcher, which is one of the best milk steaming pitchers in India and the world, courtesy Something's Brewing in Fellow. Along with a leveler. A leveler is what you would use to improve your distribution of coffee in your portafilter to ensure your espresso is perfect. And then you build on your latte art, as Rasika has told us. So that's for the top 2 on either levels. The next 3, that is from 3rd to 5th on either series, will include a Fellow Eddie milk steaming pitcher, a bag of coffee, and everybody else who's here on the finale will win a Kapi milk steaming pitcher and a bag of coffee. All the milk pitchers are 350 ml. That's, I think, the right amount. As Rasika said, if you want to take 100 ml, you'd steam enough milk for 1 latte, so you don't waste coffee. If you're lucky enough to live with friends and family, you can give them your bad latte art coffee and good as well, and then keep brewing more. But yes, thank you so much. So before...
Sorry, Shubham. I think one of the contestants wants to share. I think Vansh wanted to say something.
Right. Thank you so much for that. Can we...
Hi, everyone. I think it's really enthusiastic to kind of have a bunch of people around. And thank you, Shubham, Vivek, and all others at Something's Brewing to kind of host this, so that it kind of gives you a platform and all others, and encourages a lot of people to kind of, even though, I mean, I'm sure people shy away from sharing their bad cups or their latte art, but this kind of, gauged a lot of traction, and we kind of saw, we kind of saw a lot of people practice, especially at the home level. I saw people stacking, people sending, people uploading a couple of other videos as well, learning through, asking around, and all of that happened. So that kind of, the momentum was good. On a professional front, again, thank you for the baristas for always serving us. And it's great what you guys are doing, especially in the pandemic with your, obviously, the cafes kind of being in a dicey situation and all of that. And good learning overall from all. Especially thank you to the judges for having us. We can have some questions maybe later on. That's all. I just wanted to just take this opportunity to thank everyone. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vance. That's very nice of you. Okay, so now the winners, right? What we've all been waiting for. We're all winners in a way. That's what I tell myself every day. But regardless, so from the professional series, the top 2 are Naitik Chaudhary and Faiz Ali. Just like drop our comments below congratulating. And what they used to do in my dad's school, this is how they used to clap in the assembly for peace. So thank you. It's lovely. Naitik Chaudhary and Faiz Ali. If you would like to say a few words, or the judges would like to say a few words to them, this is your time to shine. If you would like to come on the spotlight. Okay, and the next 3 are Sagar Sheth, Santosh B, and Neeraj Sharma in the professional series. Thank you, everybody. This has been phenomenal. And all the pros out there, we'll keep doing stuff for you as well, and the home baristas as well. So stay tuned. Okay, and now for the very exciting home baristas, right? We've all been waiting for this for a very long time. I can't tell you how many messages, emails we've all received as a team from all the home baristas in India. The top 2 home baristas are Dr. Gautam and Vansh Anand. I see Vansh clapping for himself. And the next 3 are Shatrupa Hajra, Mehul Ved, and Preet Kaur. If any of you other home brewers who haven't spoken would like to say something, now is your time. Judges, if you want to say something. Awesome. It's been really great to have all of you here and have all of you participate. We shall get back to all the winners and all the finalists here with details on when we will be shipping all your prizes and how we will ship them to you. So stay tuned for an email from us at somethingsbrewing.in. If the judges have any general feedback, now would be a great time. If not, we move into the closing.
Oh, congratulations, everyone. Great work. I was actually surprised by some of the home brewers. I think with French press and all, getting that kind of milk is very, very cool. It to me seemed like it was on a semi-pro machine.
Yeah, not all of Anish, you and I can't do it, but there are people who do it way better than us. Phenomenal to see this, right? Great, thank you. It's great to have all of you here. We obviously at Something's Brewing will keep having events, keep having competitions, and keep having live masterclasses as well. And we would like all of you to also drop in if you have any great ideas, how you would like to collaborate with us, what we can do to improve, what we can do in the future as well as a separate masterclass competition you want to learn about. Maybe we can get better subject matter experts than our in-house team as well to do it for you from anywhere in the world, our partner brands, etc., maybe roasters. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great Saturday and a weekend ahead. And this is Something's Brewing signing off. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody.